Hey, how are you doing? It's been a while. The Giants, also known as the Titans, are a group or possible species of creature that are part of Trever Henderson's mythos. They inhabit a universe separate from our own, where various other monsters, like Cartoon Cat and Siren reside. Tons of different images of these creatures have been posted by Trever Henderson through the years, starting in early 2018. The Giants come in a vast amount of shapes and sizes. There are the animal-like ones, that are fairly self-explanatory, the humanoid ones, which are also self-explanatory, and creatures categorized as an unusual form. These creatures do not resemble any living organism on Earth. While similarities can be drawn to certain earthly beings, there are no real creatures that are directly parallel. This video is going to be part of a multi-part series covering every single one of these giants, or at least the ones I could find. With that being said, go get some snacks, get you some water, and sit back and relax while we go over all of these behemoths. Not much has actually changed around here. We're too far from the city for that. It gives us lots of warning. You can hear the birds screaming around it for miles before the footsteps even cause the shake. And nobody bothers us over here at Ground Zero. They have enough troubles. The avian giant, while being one of the smaller members of the giants, depicts a towering, bipedal, vaguely bird-like creature wandering a somewhat wooded area near a city-like environment. Its entire body is covered in a pale white skin. Its torso is rather large, yet seemingly emaciated. The general body structure of the creature is also very strange, resembling that of a tadpole. The head of the creature is very much bird-like, with a long, thin, and rather sharp beak that has an upper portion larger than the bottom. The creature does not appear to possess any eyes, nostrils, or any other sensory organs. Very little is confirmed about this creature's behavior and where it comes from, but we get some interesting information from the image's caption. The quote I read earlier implies that this creature tends to wander around city areas. The author acknowledges this, saying that they are in a much safer location, which is far away from the city. As for its origins, like all other giants, we can conclude that it arrived on Earth from the overlapped spaces connected to a mysterious second moon event. Other than its immense size, it is capable of overpowering humans and other forces that come in its way, much like the other giants. Its large legs and tail would be used to crush, wipe, and fling virtually anything that gets in its way. Being a giant, this creature has certain perks that are shared by various members of the group, like mist manifestation, functioning properly without sensory organs, and defying the normal laws of physics. It also seems to have a strange connection to birds. The body worm depicts a disturbingly tall creature with an unusual shape, seemingly coming out of the ground and rising far into the sky. It appears to be in a city-like environment, with the cameraman being very far away in a more dilapidated area of the city. It appears to be a large mass of some kind, presumably flesh. This mass is shaped in a way that gives it the appearance of a beanstalk. Attached to the main portion of this creature, several large tentacles extend from the body. The colors and other details of this creature are completely obscured by the eerie mist surrounding it. However, we can estimate its height by using the surrounding buildings. Our best guess is that this creature is 110 meters tall, or 360 feet tall. The body worm mysteriously arrived on Earth from a second moon to either destroy or ascend humans based on their perception of their worthiness. The creature's unusual worm or plant-like form is not common among giants. The body type could suggest a lower level of intelligence than the other giants. This is further backed by the creature's high aggression, a trait that is not observed in most giants, who typically have a slow and calculated movement. It is still unknown what the creature's personality is in regards to the measurements of worthiness in humans, as there are no clues as to how it selects. Although, it is speculated that this creature might be part of a smaller subcategory of giants called the Ascension Giants. The creature's smaller tendrils do appear to be used to grab humans and possibly lift them into the air, ascending them. But the creature's massive size and aggressive nature would make this an extremely dangerous one to encounter, possibly even more than many other giants. The creature's possible ability to burrow and spring out of the ground would make it a rather stealthy giant. However, However, this may also cause earthquakes and the ground to shake, which would give people time to escape. Like most giants, it does not follow our known laws of physics, as its sheer size and shape alone would be a physical impossibility. The creature would also need some form of powerful regenerative abilities or very thick skin to allow it to move through the Earth's crust and under human settlements. Breaking news depicts a terrifyingly tall creature with a vaguely humanoid appearance, although somewhat twisted and disfigured. Its entire body is covered in what appears to be jet black skin that has a difficulty reflecting light, almost like a Vanta black pigment coating the entire creature. The most iconic and interesting part of this giant is its crooked head and twisted neck. The neck is a few times longer than it should be, which leads it to have its infamously crooked head, always leaning and drooping downwards. The head itself is also completely featureless, no mouth, no eyes, no ears, hair, nose, or anything else. The behavior of the breaking news creature is not very well known, as Trever has given very little information about it, aside from the 2 images of the creature, which don't have very much information in the captions. But due to it being confirmed to be a member of the Giants, we can however make assumptions about its behavior. First of all, breaking news is almost certainly a destruction giant, another subcategory of the giant creatures. The creature is not nearly tall enough to pierce the skies and bring worthy people to salvation. It also does not possess any extendable tendrils that would help it do the aforementioned task. Whether or not the creature requires other sustenance like food or water to survive is unknown, but it is unlikely that it does, since most other giants do not display any reliance on necessities like these, nor do they seek them. The creature's massive size would easily allow it to cause mass destruction on a citywide scale, especially since it has human-like hands to grab people or demolish buildings. Its humanoid body structure would also allow it to be rather fast for a giant. It could also crawl on all fours for additional speed, though it seems to prefer walking on 2 legs. Its jet black skin would also be somewhat of a camouflage ability that lets it blend into the night sky, hiding the creature in plain sight while it slept. Like most other giants, the creature can function properly without having any sensory organs, but it may have an additional supernatural ability or enhanced senses that it works with. There is a theory that suggests breaking news and the giant with the red dots are the same creature, so breaking news will also have the capability to create red glowing lights on its torso to further disorient its victims. When the time came, it was in the way they thought, both an origin and destination. The giant puppeteer depicts a tall, skinny, human-like creature with light blue skin. It appears to have a head shaped like a bird, but it does not possess any facial features. Its entire body, including its arms and legs, are rather skinny. They also appear to have 3 joints on each of them, rather than the usual 2. The arms connect to webbed hands that only have 4 digits on each one. These digits, although short, have extremely sharp talons. The body of the creature, as mentioned before, is extremely emaciated, so emaciated in fact that you can see the ribcage. On the creature's left hand is what looks to be a human or puppet attached by strings or some sort of tendrils, giving it its namesake of puppeteer. The giant puppeteer seems to collect humans. Since this is the case, it may have arrived on Earth from an overlapped dimension via the summoning of a second moon. This giant in particular is either a collection giant or a destruction giant, but we do not know which one it truly is, as there is evidence pointing to both behaviors being associated with this creature. The reason for having both might be that it kills humans that are unworthy and ascends the worthy ones. Like other giants, the giant puppeteer can cause mass destruction and devastate civilizations like no other. Last summer is a group consisting of 2 different creatures. Their capable size and grotesque insect appearance and eerie tendency to appear in the woods make them a truly terrifying group of titans. The meat giant depicts a huge creature standing in the forest overlooking a lake. The picture is a photo taken of someone else, but it also captures a giant in the background. There are also some strips of meat dangling from the body, as if there is no skin keeping it together. Supporting its body are 4 thin legs. Its front legs are long and have more joints than typical animals. The back legs are shorter but thicker than the front legs. Its body has a curved shape, with a row of spines exposed in its back. Its body bending may be caused by the uncoordinated proportion of its front and rear legs. We can't tell if it has claws or hooves because its calves are soaked in the lake. Its neck showed a morbid curvature, as if there is no bones in it to hold it together. Its head is very long and very much insect-like. Its upper and lower jaw are like a pair of pliers. There seems to be a head in its mouth, but we can only see the shadow. It doesn't seem to have eyes or a tongue. It also has a pair of small arms in its chest. There is no other information on its behaviors, abilities, or origins at this time. We can only conclude that it arrived during the 2 moons event like most other giants. And that'll be it for today. This is going to be part 1 of the series. I'm hopefully aiming to make 2 more parts of this because there's quite a few giants and there's a lot of cool ones, so hopefully you stick around and see. If you would like to support me, you can become a member of the channel. That would help me greatly. If not, just like the video, subscribe, and watch it, all that good stuff. Also, if you want to see more of me, I have a gaming channel and I have a movie channel, both linked in my channel bio somewhere. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.